about the railway, and we want to share it with everybody else. We came across the railway, we'd never seen it before, but we came across the embankment at Portmaddock and saw the smoke blowing across, so we stopped to find out what it was all about. And once we discovered that it was a steam-hauled railway, but that was about 1963, and then about 3 years later I started volunteering. I came up on my bicycle from Birmingham and stayed for the summer, joined the buffet staff, the buffet crew on the train. The railway could not operate without the volunteers. There's not enough permanent staff to do that. But we reckon that there are probably between 600 and 800 active volunteers.
I started here as one of those volunteers, and when we finished building the railway, I stayed on to look after the market. Couldn't do it without them. We've got about 85 full-time staff on the railway that are here all year round, and that goes up to about 120 in the peak season, with additional people selling teas, coffees and things like that. But we couldn't do it without 1,000 volunteers that come throughout the year to drive the engines, to clean the engines, to work in the workshops. But the interesting thing is that people come from all sorts of different backgrounds. We've got university lecturers, we've got doctors, dentists, engineers. If you're interested in anything from gardening to turning metal on a lathe, we can find something for you to do. There's something alive about them. It's a cold lump of metal and you put a fire in it, put water in it, and it becomes alive, and it has a personality. Sometimes it's a good mood, sometimes it's in a bad mood. It's a bit like being married.
As moving parts, it needs to breathe air, it makes a sound as though it's alive when it's moving. It has to drink water, eat coal. Almost seems to be alive, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. The railway had been built initially to carry slate and mineral traffic through the mountains, but it was not very commercially viable. There wasn't a huge demand, and trade gradually dwindled. There were tourists, of course, in those days, but not in anything like the numbers that we see today.
I think the secret from my viewpoint, because I look after marketing for the railway, is to not be boring, to always do new things. And it's a really old railway, and it's been here for 180 something years now. But what you need is to encourage people to come back, because you're doing something different every year.